Hi everybody, welcome back to Walla Zabareska for episode number 39, the Triple Threat Challenge. Welcome back to the channel as always. And as you can see, I'm still in July. There's a reason behind that. Now when I left off, I did say we are going to start buying fields and merging fields and a few bits and pieces. I was over topping up the TMR for the cows. They actually ran out. Slap on the wrist for me for that. And you know what, I just said I'd buy this field. It has a crop in it. We're gonna try buy this one now we're on as well, and the grass field there. We're gonna merge all four of these together into one big grass field, which will be to take care of all our grass needs. That means number 43, the one beside the farm, we're gonna put a crop into that next year. But we also want to make changes there because I want to change the house we have. There's a new house that came out, a new mod that I actually like, and it's going to cost me money to upgrade to it, but you know what? I don't mind. We're at that point on this game save now that we're completing the challenge, the last leg of it, getting our 250 pigs into the pens. Well, we'll have 280 by the time we're finished, because they'll be full. There'll be 4 pens with 70 in each. And this field, I just seen it and I just said, you know what, it's not going to affect our overall money or anything. It's not going to have any impact on the challenge because we've literally completed all the financial side and the field side and everything else. We're just waiting for the pigs to multiply. So I said, right, let's take the crop. It's spelt, there won't be much in it, and we'll get this up into the mill, and then we'll move on to next month where we have a lot more work to do. So done a few bits since left off at the end of the last episode. Haven't done the silage in the bunker and that, just basically taking care of the livestock. And it was then I realised that I let the Highland cattle run out of TMR. I was trying to let it run down to get rid of the hay out of it, and I didn't realise it had run out, so we've topped it up. There's 100,000 litres in it now, and they're good to go again. So we'll have more straw here. We don't really need, we kind of have loads and loads of straw, but you know what, we won't complain. It's the field I was after, and we'll take the little bit of a bonus. Field cost us, let's see, I think it was 50 something thousand, 40,000, that's why we bought it. It was cheap. And we had, 56 or something in the bank, 57, something like that in the bank. So we just said, right, let's grab this one. We're going to grab that one in front of us eventually, and we're going to grab the grass field then. So that's all our grass needs taken care of over here. So I think it's kind of send the signal out to you that I intend to continue on even when I complete the challenge here for a bit. And I want to have the options to make it as easy as possible on myself to do bits and pieces on the map. So that's one of the reasons I decided, right, I did say starting out we weren't going to merge the fields, we were going to keep them. But real highlight was the last harvest episode, just so much driving around and that for tiny little fields, which is indicative on the Polish map. They're like that, but we're going to merge. It means taking a couple of trees out, but we're going to do it with the few fields here and the same over beside the main farm. So let me get this done, and then I'll get moved forward, and we will sell off the rest of the products. I didn't sell off any of the products yet from the month. I did say I'll have that done before I brought you back in, but I decided this was more of an event, not to just bring you back in when I had it done and all the crop taken out and say, oh yeah, look what I done while they were away. I decided to include this as part of episode number 39. So we're going to have plenty to do in this episode. Lots and lots of fields to get harvested, and of course all the other work that goes with it, the straw and everything else. But we'll get this done and we'll move forward into August, and I'll bring it back in then. Just moving forward through July, and of course the lavender oil became at its most valuable peak price. just came up, so it's worth 105,000 plus environmental score. There is about 500 litres, I think, left in the oil mill. We can get rid of that. We set that to sell. Poppy oil, not there yet. It'll follow this. So we could actually be selling it in July too when I move through to the last day. Running 3-day months. So this is going to the Grin supermarket. So I was just dealing with all the rest, the lettuce and the strawberries and the Napa cabbage and everything. Literally, what I do is I put them in the storage and then I take out what I need to go to whatever location and deliver it. Now, here you go, 104, 91 plus 10,426. That's a nice little payday from lavender oil. Very good. Very good value. Now, let's see. If we look at the 340 litres left, I can set that to sell. Our next one is the poppy oil. Not as much. There's that's at the farmyard anyway, so we haven't really got anything else. Of course, we're going to sell off the greenhouse products once they're ready. So that'll be moving forward to the third day of July before I do that. So I will either talk to you if the poppy oil reaches its peak price, or else I'll talk to you in the 1st of August. As predicted, when I moved on, the poppy oil reached its peak. So it's just a small village shop, we get rid of that. I still haven't sold the greenhouse products yet. And I have to move the wool down to the spinnery and sell the goat milk. I had to think about what it was, yeah. Goats and the sheep in the pasture. I'm not used to doing this from in-cab. Where is it? There it is. Where's the turn in? Here we go. Let's see what we get for the poppy oil. Of course I didn't press the trigger. 37,655 plus 3,777. So almost 41,000 on that. The money's flying up. Now, what do we do with the money? Do we invest in another field? Do we buy a field with a crop in it? Do we buy a field with nothing in it? Do we buy a field in between our fields? What would you do? I know I normally don't do, but don't normally buy fields with crops in them, but I'm considering it. Now, as I said, since we're only waiting, we're driving across that mulch field, I just want to pull up here. I'm looking at this field in front of us, which has triticale in it. How much is it? I gotta buy this and merge it with 38, 37 and 38. Oh, it's a big enough field. What's in it anyway? 5.3 acres. So that was triticale because I thought it was the same. I thought it was wheat the same when it was growing, the same as what we had. So merging the two of them would give us an 8-acre field. 9-acre field. And we could well afford to buy it and harvest it. I don't know whether it's going to keep raining for the rest of the day. That would have a bearing on it. Rain for another hour. Yeah, like, do we buy it? Do we just buy the fields along here? That was always the intention, is to buy around here anyway. Ideally, I think the poppies are still in that they are. That would be a nice buy, but that would be, I think that's been too cheeky. But at this stage, are we being cheeky? To be honest, probably not. 117, and we get to keep the crop and put it in the silo. Like, if the financial side of the challenge was still alive, I would definitely not. But because it isn't live, it's done, it's dusted, and all the fields I got, I'm kind of thinking, you know what, we'll have a think about it. Okay, right, that's all the oil products are all gone now, so we're going to have a think about just get get up to the end of the day, sell off the rest of the products, and then we'll have a think about what we're going to do with the money we have in the bank. Still selling. We're getting rid of the goat milk in here in the dairy. We're going to bring the wool down to the spinnery, and then we'll sell whatever we have at the little village shop, I think. Now, here we go. 16. I suppose you could say 17, 18,000 for the goat milk. Up to 241 after selling the product. Now I have more than a month's product because I did sell the other stuff off last month early on. So we got quite a lot from our lettuce and stuff like that. All the greenhouse products. So we're just going to go to the spinnery now, get rid of the wool, pick up the fabric, and then sell the whole lot at the small village store, and then see what we have. Didn't buy that field yet, as you can see. I didn't look at the second-hand market as well. I'm actually considering a tractor upgrade, but then again, you know, this late in the game and the challenge, we might just soldier on with what we have, because I'm going to use this truck to haul the grain anyway. It's really just getting through everything now to the final point in the challenge. Now we go to the mill first, because if we go through the small village shop, we'll lose the wool. It'll be sold, and we don't want that. Gates open, yeah. One pallet of fabric there. It's the only thing that'll sell here, or come off the truck here, is the wool. Now will it pick up that fabric? No. It's a bit of a nuisance. I don't want to unload the whole thing. It should be liftable. It is. No, I have super strength on. Why have I got super strength? Yeah, I had a pallet of poppy oil. I couldn't lift it. It's off now. Poppy oil is not a liftable pallet, and it fell off and didn't go into the trigger. Or into the couldn't load it. I don't know why. No, the rest of it loaded. Why wouldn't it load? I don't know why. It just couldn't. It wouldn't load. Ah, yeah, it was outside the load point. That's what it was, where I was parked in my usual spot, and everything else loaded bar one pallet. And I tried to just move it, and I couldn't move it, so I just turned super strength on just to move it into the trigger. 12,800 plus another. So there you go. That's another 14,000. So that's all our products sold. And yeah, we're kind of like, we really are becoming flush with money. And we're going to get even more flush with money as we go on. Okay, we're going to move forward. If that field is still there when we move forward into August, I may well buy it. I haven't looked at the second-hand market at all, because I'm kind of, you know, I'm trying not to change the tractors, even though they have a lot of hours on them. Let's just do it while I'm here. Let's just a quick look and see. It's a while since I looked at it. An S9, 9S, be a nice tractor, 19.2. It's way over the horsepower we kind of set for the challenge. I just looking to upgrade either the New Holland or to around about 200 horsepower. Like that in its low form would be mini horse 223 at 50 kilometers an hour. That would be kind of ballpark what we'd be looking for. We don't like the warning signs. There you go. Yeah, something like that. If we replace the New Holland, that would kind of be what we'd be after. So there's no need to really, let's be honest with you. Kind of just doing it for the sake of doing it. Plus, if we hang on to the money, then maybe we can do other things with it. Okay, I will talk to you in August. Okay, August 1st, and we've quite a bit to do. We're going to go over. I left this combine beside the field here because I knew we had fields over near here. So we're going to go and do our mustard field first. Kind of just going to work our way around the map. It's a bit like last month where we've loads of fields in different places. So we're kind of doing a loop. Yeah, I'm not going to buy that triticale field, not with the crop in it. We'll stick with our plan, which is our grass fields along here. So that there's nothing in that field. We're going to buy that. The grass is gone out of that, so we're going to buy it anyway. We're going to merge these four together. That was the triticale. It's still there. Like, we still have the money to buy it now, but we're not going to buy it. What we will do is, the original plan was, I did say, was to buy these fields along here, primarily 108, so we can merge these four, and then we can look at these three here together, 112, 11 and 10, and then leave 13 on its own. There's no point in merging them with that, just to have that batch. The other field was on my radar, but it was not on my radar immediately, which is why I was reluctant to buy it and take the crop out of it anyway. So we're going to have a bit of running around to do now today, a little bit like last month. I just got to park this on the edge of this field. It gives me enough room then to... What is that in that field? Crop I'm not familiar with the look of it. Oh, lentils. And we do have some lentils to do. Yeah, let's hope we can get this on before... I'm just kind of surprised. Maybe it's 8 o'clock in the morning. There's not much traffic around. I was expecting to be holding everything up straight away. There is a production you can do with mustard on the map. I don't think it's in the preserved food factory. Let's have a look. I think you have to place the production to do it. Or is it in one of these? No. No. There is most definitely a production you can do with mustard on this map. That's gone from my experience on Ciba Covo. The Greeniac did actually have a production on it that you could do mustard. So let's have a look and see. It's only a small building, so it should be easy enough to find it. Do we have room on the farm to put it down? No, that's the thing, if we did get it. That's our potatoes. I think it looks like that. It's one of those type ones. That's our lavender dryer. Now, there is a lavender dryer on the map. It's just you do have the small ones. It'll have Walla Zabareska on it. Not improved, it'll be a Walla production. Oh, you can do something with beans. I didn't. But yeah, in the preserved food factory, it doesn't show up. That is mustard, isn't it? Yeah, there is mustard there. So there obviously is something you can do with mustard. But it's not showing up in the preserved food factory on the map. So I could have actually processed my beans. Let's go back to what's on the map. Okay. Preserved food factory. There is nothing there. Canned be. Oh, look, I didn't realise that. I would have done that with my beans if I had realised. Canned beans, canned lentils. Maybe there is something here. I think it's jars of mustard you can make. Get rid of that menu. We don't need it. Let's go into Mustard. No, mustard is the yellow flower. That's rice. Sorry. Mustard jars, yeah. So that would have been in the preserved food factory as well. That's the small one. We could put that down. If we want on the yard, we'll sure find a spot for it and deal with the mustard that way if we want to. And I haven't got the lines on, so I'm missing out. Literally we're doing mustard because it was in our crop rotation, the one we were doing originally, and mustard came up for this year on this field. I think it was just to do the different crops. I have done mustard before in Sivacovo, so it's basically just like a grain, like an oil grain. Looks a bit like I think it looks a bit like, when it goes in the trailer, we'll see in a minute, looks a bit like canola oil seeds. So yeah, we put the production down 36,000 on the yard and just make the most of the production to increase our funds, or do we just sell it? Don't know, 38,000 I think it was for the production. We'll never get that back with what we have. We might just store it for now anyway and see what else is in that. We've no beans sown, so it's not like we can put beans in as well, or I know there is something you can do with lentils in the preserved food factory, but we already can make flour from lentils in the grain mill, so we're not going to bother buying the preserved food factory. It's probably about 280,000. I haven't even looked because it was never crossed my radar to buy it, because we didn't have a crop that we had to buy it for, as in we didn't get a crop as our crop for the challenge of the on the map. Right, I'm waffling on again, but let me just show you what we have. We got our mustard here, we've got our field grass here, we have, that's not ready yet, that's our soybeans. We have our barley is ready down here, and we have, what's in that field? I came up there. Sunflowers, that's not ready yet. That's ready. Our lentils. And then we have wheat down the bottom. So we've a little bit of plan is do this, do the field grass, move over to the wheat, do our lentils, and then down to our wheat and our barley. So we're okay weather-wise. There is rain coming in, but we'll have it done before then. We'll be well finished. So what I'll do is I'll get all these done. I'll update you along the way. I'm not going to bring you back in for every single field. You've seen me harvesting so many times before, but we'll just work our way through it. Yeah, as I said, I was tempted to buy that triticale field and take it and make flour from it, but no, we'll use the money to buy the fields in between our other fields that we already have. That would be an ideal field, okay, to merge with field number 38, 37, merge the two together. We'll have one light pole in the middle, or maybe two, but I don't mind that. We can work around that. We have that in one of our other fields anyway, but it would be quite a big field to actually have to work on. It would be a nice field to have, a decent sized big field. Maybe we'll still end up buying it, but without the crop in it, and just kind of behave ourselves and not be taking too many fields with crops in. I know we took the other one over there, but the spelt and all is gone already out of that. It's already been processed. It's done. All the spelt has been processed into flour. I had to turn that off, so there wasn't a lot between our own fields and between that to go into the grain mill. So whereas with that triticale field, it would be slightly different. It's a much bigger field, and I don't want to do it. I don't want to jump in and take it just to take the crop out of it. Or for now, I'll just work away and get this harvest underway, get everything harvested. Let's see what we have in the end. I'll keep a note on all the totals on everything. And yeah, let's see how good we're doing. Moved on to the lentils. The first field of wheat, just the other side of the farm, gave me over 35,000 litres. We still have one to do. I was forgetting about the barley field up at the horse enclosure. We have that to take care of as well. And yeah, we're kind of just working our way through the fields bit by bit. Now there's another wee field, you can see it way off in the distance over there. That's our field as well. So we'll work our way down here and back up to that barley field last, because the field beyond the two fields in front of me is our other barley field. That's gone into the pig food anyway. I'm just curious as to how much we'll get from this. I actually parked the combine, lifted the head up onto the combine in our field back up there, and went off to bring the truck up and empty the wheat into the mill. And when I came back then, I couldn't detach the combine from the trailer again. So that trailer gives that problem. I should have backed up when I lifted it up, and I didn't. So I had to go and reset the trailer back to the dealers again to get rid of it. It was hooked up to the combine and the header at the same time. So yeah, it is an issue. I might just buy a different trailer. It just happens with that mod. It's just the particular of it. But if I remember, I do load up and I just drive away from it. But I didn't. I needed my truck, and I said, right, I better get up to the grain mill, empty the truck and get it back down here for the lentils. Now, I was curious whether I'd make it back up. We will. We've got a rundown. We're on 43%, 42. We'll make it back up, which is perfect. Oh, my usual trick of lifting the head. Okay, just an update. I'll update you as we go through them, what we get of each of them, the different crops. This truck is a great addition to the farm. Now, this is our second wheat field, second wheat field load going in, field 103, and in total we delivered 57,613 litres of wheat from the two fields. So that's pretty good, because they're not that big, the fields. So we're done pretty good on the wheat. Mustard, we had 7,246 litres, 7,246. Lentils, we 22,474. Sorry, I'm turning away from the mic to do this. And barley so far with 27,000 litres. We still have one field to go, the one beside the horse barn. And I reckon that the mod I got for looking after the mods, the horses, isn't working again, because they're getting no fitness and daily riding at all. So I'm going to have to do that, which means I'm going to have to learn how to do it again. I haven't done horses in quite some time. I had the first mod I used didn't work. Then I found one that did work. This is not on this map, this is on another save. Then it did work on another one. It worked, and I kept that one. I uninstalled the other one, and that was the only mod I had, so I kept that in, but it's not working now on this. So the horse fitness mods can be a little bit hit and miss. There is one more I haven't actually tried. When I quit out again, I might put it in just to see does it work. If it doesn't, then we'll just have to get busy looking after them. Now I'm going to just park this in here out of the way, because this is the field we have. Oh, there's nothing in the field beside this. It's already harvested, so we can... Oh, I'm looking at the field and not where I was going. Didn't see the pole. We can park it in the field. We'll have room to take the head off the trailer as well, and the whole lot, and we can do that. Okay, now, so I have a bit of an issue to sort out. Before I do that, I need to go and get my trailer. I reset. I was very bold. I drove across from the other field. You can't see them tracks in the field. There's no crop destruction in other people's fields. Let me get that sorted out, and I'll bring you back when I have the barley done up at the other field. Just the last little bit of this barley field, so that's, I suppose you could say, day 2 of the harvest will be done with this. The only thing we have left is field grass. Now, I've never done field grass. I know it's slightly different. You can't do it with a combine, but I'm sure you can do it with forage harvester. Let me see. Let's go to the heads and we'll see the symbol will come up first. They probably lifted alright. No, it's not there. It needs to be cut. Field grass. No, I don't see a field grass there. Level it, scroll. It won't scroll. Come on. Nope. So, what do we use? They don't have field grass either. Okay, do we just mow it? We're going to find out anyway, because that's all we have left to do. This barley will go down with the other barley down to the pig food. Now, we already have one field went in the last episode because it was planted earlier than the rest, a month earlier. And yeah, of course, what am I going to have to do when all this is done? I'm going to have to get the baler out, and get the fields baled up and get the straw off the fields. Might just do a bit of mulching again as well. I'm kind of conscious now that I'm going to merge some fields, so if I'm going to merge, I'm going to plough the whole field, even though it might only be sections of it need ploughing. Let's see what this trailer will have in it when it's done. $15,246 on top of our 27,000, so we've 43,000 thereabouts of barley. So we've plenty in the pig food mix. We are short on corn, which won't be right for 2 months, I think. Let's have a look. Corn, 3 months. Okay, I think we're probably going to run out of pig foods. We could always buy some, but I don't really want to do that. Now, we'll leave that there, and I'm going to go and get this down to the first pig farm with the mixer on it. And yeah, we'll get the gear together and get over to that field grass, and I'll bring it back in then. Okay, last part, field grass. I just presume it gives you a higher yield because it's it grows for longer. I don't know. I'd need to do my research on it. I know different grasses work differently across different maps, but it won't take long to get this field done. I think I'll probably TED this, and let's see, what does it actually tell me when I walk on it? Just says field grass. Doesn't say anything else. I just presume it just gives a different yield. I'll probably TED this and bale into hay anyway, because we will need hay bales to mix in our mixer wagon to make our TMR, because we're going to get a mixer wagon and do it. We might as well do it that way. Not getting a whole lot of normal grass around the edges now. Doesn't matter. I don't think it'll make that much of a difference. So, okay, yeah, harvest. Very good. Worked through a couple of hours working it real time because the fields are spread out. That's what I said about. We've still followed our crop rotation plans that we done out, which is why we had such a variety, and instead of having, say, all our barley fields together and wheat fields together, that's why they were just kind of spread over. Now, I haven't fully decided I'm going to change that. Definitely though, I think I'm going to merge some fields and make some bigger fields for the main crops we need for taking care of basically to keep that grain mill full and to keep the pig food production full. The important things we need for feeding our animals, and that's it. Like everything else for the cows, and that is just, apart from the pigs, everything is just grass on the cow's side and just turning into silage, hay, and we have our straw to make our TMR up. Now, here we go. So yeah, episode number 39. I did say originally I think episode 40 probably be the end, but look at what we have still to go. I'm going to add another 5 episodes at least onto that. We have a lot to do still in this. We have another full episode of harvesting as well to do. We've jumped through 2 months to get there. In between, I might merge some of the fields and get some of the groundwork done. Let's just have a quick look at the map and see what we have. If we look over here, we have these 4. These are all going together. I don't know whether that's been actually harvested yet. Let's have a look. It is, yeah. That's why I bought it. I actually said that. There's nothing in that. Ideally, I'd like to take that one. It has sugar beet in it. I didn't really want to be taken with a crop, but we can use the sugar beet. You know, it's not the end of the world. It's 62,000. So that'll merge these 4 together. We do have telegraph poles along here. I don't know if there's 1 or 2, but that doesn't matter. We can merge the 4 of them together, and that'll do that. Down here, I'm happy enough with what we have. Thinking of maybe merging these 2 here with these. So these are around the same size, this here, and then buy 1 or 2 of these. So we'd have our barley, say, our corn, our sugar beet, and our canola all in the same area for feeding the pig food mixer down here. But yeah, that's not set in stone anyway. Still, I've looked at the Fent a couple of times, the newer one, and thought about trading in this one and doing the upgrade and that. But you know what? Okay, we're on 87 hours on this. It still works. It's still going. We do the repairs on it. We keep it running. I know it does start to cost you a little bit more for your repairs and everything else, but look, it's not an issue. It's not an issue. I just like the tractor. We're running currently at 220. I think it is a 230 horsepower. We could up it to the 260 if we need it. We don't need it with everything we have, so happy enough just to trundle away with what we have. So, episode number 39 from Voila Zavareska on the Triple Threat Challenge in the bag. We're done. Second day of harvesting in this year 6 harvest season. And yeah, quite a bit of grain in and quite a bit of crop off the fields now, because we have, I think it's 12, we've more now. I think it was 12 fields we had or something like that, but it's increased. It's quite a few more now anyway, with the latest additions. And yeah, hopefully you're still with me on this series. You're still enjoying it. We're going to keep it going. We're not going to stop. As I said, we'll keep it going for another while. And yeah, do come back and join us again for the next installment of Harvest Season 6, coming up in episode number 40. Until then, all that's left for me to do for now is to say goodbye until then. Bye bye.